Today we're learning about the difference between the UK, Britain, and England. Whoa! Is that what New Jersey is named after?
But that's a story for another time. To review, Supreme Governor of the...
Really? If you've seen any of my other videos, you know that I have a problem. And that problem is that every single time I watch a video and it mentions the UK or Britain or England, which is pretty much all of the videos that I've watched because you guys took over the entire world pretty much at some point. So it's kind of hard to do a video about the world without mentioning Britain in it. Now don't get me wrong, I love Great Britain, the UK, England, whatever you call yourselves. As I've said in previous videos, my roots are Irish and English, so my own heritage goes all the way back to you guys, which is one of the reasons why I'm learning about all of this stuff. I'm an American who has an actual heritage there, and in a way, I'm kind of learning more about myself and my own family. My grandfather is super into genealogy, and he has traced our English side of the family all the way back to England, and I found out that I am a direct descendant of Lady Godiva. I'm like her great granddaughter or something like that. I don't know how many greats there are. I probably should do a video on her one day because I don't know anything about her other than she used to ride around naked on a horse or something like that. So I don't know what I'm supposed to take from that. So if you know anything about Lady Godiva, please let me know down in the comments and teach me something about my family from a really long time ago. Anyway, let's get back to this video. So the point is, when I watch these videos and the UK and Britain and England are all mentioned, I don't know what to call it whenever I'm trying to refer to it. I know I've probably said the UK incorrectly or Great Britain incorrectly. Now I do know what England is, okay? I am dumb about a lot of things, but I'm not that dumb. I do understand that England is its own country inside Great Britain and inside the UK. I just don't know what the other two are. Oh, and Roger wants to say hi. That's right, we are in the South, y'all. Now, I've had a couple of you recommend this video by CGP Gray. Apparently he's an American who's going to explain to me the difference between the UK, Britain, and England, which is kind of weird, but okay. So thanks for the recommendation, I hope this is good.
Welcome to the United Kingdom and a whole lot more, explained by me, CGP Gray. The United Kingdom, England, Great Britain, are these three the same place? Are they different places? Do British people secretly laugh at those who use the terms incorrectly? Who knows the answers to these questions?
Probably.
I do, and I'm going to tell you right now. For the lost, this is the world, this is the European continent, and this is the place we have to untangle.
For the lost.
The area shown in purple is the United Kingdom. Part of the confusion is that the United Kingdom is not a single country, but instead is a country of countries. It contains inside of it four
country of
co-equal and
countries.
sovereign nations.
Well, I knew it was a combination of countries. Okay, I didn't really think of the UK as a country. I kind of thought of it more of a conglomeration of countries, kind of like the EU sort of, but like on a smaller scale. Is it an actual country? Because I know there are like 100 and, well, I don't know how many countries there are exactly. I think there are 193 that are recognized by the UN. So is the UK an actual country recognized by the UN? Because if so, I did not know that.
Nations. The first of these is England, shown
Four
here in
nations.
red. England is often confused with the United Kingdom as a whole because it's the largest and most populous of the nations. And
yeah,
contains
well,
the
I
de
didn't
facto
do that. I know
capital city,
England,
London.
it's its own
The north
thing.
is Scotland, shown in blue, and to the west is Wales, shown
Right.
in white. And often forgotten even by those who live
I always
in the
forget
United
about
Kingdom is
Wales.
Northern
Sorry.
Ireland, shown in orange. Each country has a local term
Northern
for the
Ireland.
population. While you can call them all British, it's not recommended as the four countries generally don't like each other. The Northern Irish, Scottish, and Welsh.
In my comments, I have noticed bickering going back and forth between like English and Scottish people. So I kind of get what he's saying here about how you guys don't like each other. Now, I don't know, that might be just like an exaggeration. Maybe it's one of those things where you kind of like love to hate each other. I don't know. I'm wholly unqualified as an American to be making any sort of commentary on your relationship over there because I don't really know. But I'm just saying, based on the comments, there seems to be some truth in that statement. Also, it seems weird to me that Northern Ireland and not Ireland is part of the UK. That is what we're talking about, right? The UK?
And Welsh regard the English as slave-driving colonial masters, no matter that all three have their own devolved parliments and are allowed to vote on English laws.
Is that true, guys?
Being true, and the English generally guard the rest as rural.
Wait a second, what did you just say?
Scottish and Welsh regard the English as slave-driving colonial masters, no matter that all three have their own devolved parliments and are allowed to vote on English laws, despite the reverse not being true.
Really?
And the English generally guard the rest as rural yokels who spend too much time with their sheep. However, as the four constituent countries...
I have to do a video on the government of the UK because I don't really understand it, but how are other countries able to vote on English laws but not the other way around? That doesn't make sense to me.
Countries don't have their own passports, they are all British citizens, like it or not. They are British citizens of the United Kingdom, whose full name, by the way, is the United Kingdom of Great...
So you guys have your own governments and like different parliaments, did he say? but you all have the same passport. Okay, is it kind of like in the United States where all of the states have their own like governments and stuff, but we all have one passport in the United States? Okay, maybe that makes more sense if I think about it like that, but you guys are still separate countries, so it's still kind of weird.
Of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. So where's Great Britain hiding? Right here. The area covered in black is Great Britain. Unlike England, Scotland,
Okay.
Wales, and Northern Ireland, Great Britain is a geographical
But
rather
what
than
about
a
all those
political
other
term.
islands?
Great Britain is the largest island among the British Isles. Within the United Kingdom, the term Great Britain is often used to refer to England, Scotland, and Wales alone, with the intentional exclusion of Northern Ireland.
Oh,
This has mostly
whoa.
been
He's talking way too fast. I gotta go back, guys.
a political term. Great Britain is the largest island among the British Isles. Within the United Kingdom, the term Great Britain
Okay.
is often used to refer to England, Scotland, and Wales alone, with the intentional exclusion of Northern Ireland. This is mostly, but not
Okay.
completely true, as all three constituent countries have islands that are not part of Great Britain, such as the Isle of Wight, part of England, the
Okay.
Welsh Isle of Anglesey, the Scottish Hebrides, the Shetland Islands, the Auckland Islands, and the islands of the Clyde.
Wait,
The
so
second
why are
biggest-
those islands not part of Great Britain? Because isn't the Isle of Wight part of England? So England's part of Great Britain, but Isle of Wight is not part of Great Britain, but is part of England.
The biggest island in the British Isles is Ireland. It's worth noting at this point that Ireland is not a country, like Great Britain is a geographical and
What?
political term. The island of Ireland contains on it two countries, Northern Ireland, which we have already discussed, and the Republic of Ireland. When people say they are Irish, they are referring to the Republic of Ireland, which is a separate country from the United Kingdom.
What? Well, then why do you call it Ireland? I never hear an Irish person say, I'm from the Republic of Ireland. It's always like Ireland. Oh my gosh. We're not even halfway through this video, and it's already very confusing.
However, both the Republic of Ireland and the United Kingdom are members of the European Union, even though England in particular likes to pretend
Yeah.
that it's an island in the mid-Atlantic rather than 50 kilometers off the coast of France. But that's a story for another time. To review, the two largest islands in the British Isles are Ireland and Great Britain. Ireland has on it
Is that true, England? Alright, I gotta go back here.
a story for another time. To review, the two
Okay.
largest islands in the British Isles are Ireland and Great Britain. Ireland has on it two countries, the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland, while Great Britain mostly contains
it.
three, England, Scotland, and Wales. These last three, when combined with Northern Ireland,
Mostly contains 3. Didn't he just say it contained 3 countries? What does he mean by that? Okay, well anyway, I've got this. I got this down. British Isles, different from the UK, different from Great Britain.
Northern Ireland form the United Kingdom. There are still many unanswered questions.
Okay. Okay. British Isles, United Kingdom, Northern Ireland, plus the 3 Great Britain countries, Ireland all by itself doing its own thing. Got it.
Such as why when you travel to Canada is there British royalty on the money? To answer this, we need to talk about empire. You can't have gone to school in the English
Okay,
speaking
we
world
done
without
videos
having known
on the
that
British Empire.
once spanned a fourth of the world.
Whoa! What is this map? Are these all the different countries that the British Empire was in? Or different territories or whatever? Yes, all the red. Okay. Got it. Oh my gosh. Like when you see the red on the map, it looks like a lot, but then you put all of the names of everything and it looks like 3 times as much. Good lord. Britain?
Land and governed nearly a fourth of the world's people. While it's easy to remember the parts
A
of the
fourth
British
of the-
Empire
that's-
that broke
that's
away
right,
violently, we often
25%,
forget
right?
How many nations
Or-
gained independence through diplomacy, not bloodshed. These want-to-be nations struck a deal with the empire, where they continue
Yeah,
to
but you
recognize
guys
the
are still,
monarchy
like,
as the head of state
connected.
in exchange for a local autonomous parliament. To understand how they are connected, we
Yeah.
need to talk about the crown, not the physical.
I do have a friend in Canada, and she has like talked about how they still observe the Queen as kind of like their queen, but not really. But they're still like their own country.
The head of state in exchange for a local autonomous parliament. To understand how they are connected, we need to talk about the crown. Not the physical crown that sits behind glass in the Tower of London and earns millions of tourist pounds for the UK, but the crown is a complicated legal entity best thought of as a one-man corporation. Who created this corporation? God did. According to British tradition, all power is vested in
What?
God, and the monarch is crowned in a Christian ceremony. God, however, not wanting to be bothered with micromanagement, conveniently delegates his power to an entity called the Crown. While this used to be the physical crown in the Tower of London,
What?
it evolved over time into a legal corporation sole, able to be controlled only by the ruling monarch. It's a useful
It's a
reminder
legal
that the United Kingdom
corporation?
is still technically a theocracy, with the reigning monarch acting as both the head of state and the supreme governor of the.
Really? I had no idea. I had no idea that the monarchy in England was connected to the church. Like I knew that the church was a big thing in England, but I didn't know that they were connected like that. Huh.
Of the official state religion, Anglicanism. Such are the oddities that arise when dealing
Okay.
with a thousand-year-old.
Official state religion. See, this is a thing that we don't have in the United States. This is the whole thing of like the separation of church and state in our constitution. Now, I guess the church is not connected to like your parliamentary government with the prime minister and stuff. So that's more like the United States. But still, this is really fascinating.
year-old monarchy. Back to Canada and the rest. The former colonies that
Wait, how old was it?
with the reigning monarch acting as both the head of state and the supreme governor of the official state religion, Anglicanism. Such are the oddities that arise when dealing with.
Wait, so the monarch is the government, or the governor of the religion. What does that mean? Do they like appoint popes or something? I'm not sure how that works.
1,000-year-old monarchy. Back to Canada and the rest.
Okay.
In Anglicanism. Such are the oddities that arise when dealing with a 1,000-year-old monarchy. Back to Canada and the rest.
It's a 1,000 years? Is that all? How far back does the monarchy go? Like, when did England start doing that? Actually, when was England even established as a country? So this monarch is kind of like recognized by all of the territories like Canada and Australia and so forth. So is it the monarch over the entire UK? Or is it over just Great Britain? Or is it over just England? Did he say that in this video and I just kind of like missed it?
The former colonies that gained their independence through diplomacy and continue to recognize the authority of the crown are known as the Commonwealth realm. They are, in decreasing order of population,
yeah, I've
Canada,
heard that.
Australia, Papua New Guinea, New Zealand, Jamaica, the Solomon Islands, Belize, the Bahamas, Barbados, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Grenada, Antigua and Barbuda, St. Kitts and Nevis, and Tuvalu. All are independent nations but still recognize them.
What? Okay, I thought that the Commonwealth was seriously like 4 countries. What in the world? Are you sure the British Empire has like dissipated? Because it seems like it's still kind of alive and well today, but just in a different sense. Oh my gosh.
Recognize the monarchy as the head of state even though it has little real power within their borders. There are 3 further entities that belong to the crown, and these are the crown.
What power does it have actually? I mean, if the monarchy really wanted to do something, exercise their power some way in the Commonwealth countries, what exactly do they have the authority to do and what can't they do? I'm sorry I keep pausing it, guys. I'm just like, there's so much information in this and it's just coming at me like 100 miles an hour.
Of state even though it has little real power within their borders. There are 3 further entities that belong to the crown, and these are the crown dependencies, the Isle of Man, Jersey, and Guernsey. Unlike the Commonwealth realm.
Whoa, Jersey! Is that what New Jersey is named after? I actually didn't know there was an island all the way down there, or right there in the middle. Isle of Man, although I have heard of the Isle of Man, I just didn't know where it was. Guernsey, I've never heard of that before.
They are not considered independent nations, but are granted local autonomy by the Crown and British citizenship by the United Kingdom. Though the UK does reserve
so
the right
like
to overrule the
territories?
laws of their local assemblies. Are we done now? Almost, but not quite. There are still a couple of loose threads, such as this place, the tiny city of Gibraltar on the southern coast of Spain, famous for its rock, its monkeys, and for causing diplomatic tension between the United Kingdom and Spain. Or what about the Falkland Islands, which caused so much tension between the United Kingdom and
So Gibraltar is what caused the tension between Spain and the United Kingdom, not Spain itself? I'm still kind of confused on what Gibraltar is. What did he just say it was?
The tiny city of Gibraltar on the southern coast of Spain,
it's a city.
Famous for its rock, its monkeys, and
it's
for
a city in
diplomatic
Spain,
tension between the United Kingdom and Spain. Or what about the Falkland
Why?
Islands, which caused so much tension between the United Kingdom and Argentina that they went to war over them?
I've had somebody tell me that I should watch a video on the Falkland Wars, so we gotta learn more about that.
These places belong in the last group of crown properties known as British Overseas Territories, but their former name, Crown Colonies, gives away their origin. They are the last vestiges of the British Empire. Unlike the Commonwealth realm, they have not become independent nations and continue to rely on the United Kingdom for military and sometimes economic assistance. Like the Crown dependencies, everyone born within their borders is a British citizen. The Crown Colonies are, in decreasing order of population, Bermuda, the Cayman Islands, the Turks and Caicos Islands, Gibraltar, the British Virgin Islands, Equatorial and Dekelia, Anguilla, St. Helena, the Ascension Islands, Tristan da Cunha, Montserrat, the British Indian Ocean Territory, the South Georgia and South Sandwich Islands, the Falkland Islands, the British Antarctic Territory, and the Pitcairn Islands.
My gosh! What the crap, Britain? Are you serious? You guys still, like, own all of that? Wow, wow, wow. Oh, wow. I feel like the British Empire is kind of still around today. They've just kind of flown under the radar in our modern times. Maybe because the United States has overshadowed them a little bit now, but good lord. I mean, I thought I was just going to learn about like the difference in the little island part of Great Britain or the UK. I didn't know about all of this stuff. Goodness.
For our final Venn diagram, the United Kingdom is a country situated on the British Isles and is part of
Another
the crown,
Venn
which is controlled by the monarchy. Also part of the crown and the British Isles are the crown dependencies. The independent nations of the former empire that still recognize the crown are the Commonwealth realm, and the non-independent remnants of the former empire are the British overseas territories. Thank you very much for watching.
I don't even know where to start after watching that. I think I learned what the UK was and what Britain was. I feel like I still have so many questions though. For instance, when Americans say British, we usually mean English. But my takeaway from this is that somebody from Wales and from Scotland and from Northern Ireland, no, that's the UK. I mean somebody from Scotland and from Wales or from England could all be considered British. Is that right? If so, do any of you take offense to being called British? Because I think he said in this video, like, Scottish people and maybe Welsh don't really like that. And what's up with Ireland? Like, why is Ireland just all the way by itself doing its own thing over there? Like, what's the story behind that? I have so many questions bouncing around in my head right now, and I can't even get them out to ask you. But I do think I have a better handle now on what the UK is. It is Northern Ireland, Scotland, Great Britain. Oops, no. Northern Ireland, Scotland, England, and Wales. Great Britain is just Wales, Scotland, and England, but not all of those little islands around it. The British Isles are both islands together, and I guess all of the little islands going around them. I also apparently discovered what New Jersey is named after, or at least I think that's what it's named after, I'm not sure. But actually my biggest appreciation from this is just how much territory and influence that Britain still has over the world. I mean, I knew that you guys still had territories, just like the United States has territories around the world, but we don't have nearly that many, I don't think. So you guys are definitely like kicking our butts as far as that goes. So anyway, I feel like I have to watch like 20 other videos to really fully understand everything in this one, but that's for another time. If you enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe. Answer my questions down below if you can in the comments. You know that I read them and I try to respond. I got a lot more stuff planned in the future about Britain on this channel, so don't go anywhere. I've even got a special Christmas themed video in mind in honor of the holiday season. So anyway, Roger and I thank you for watching. As always, stay tuned and we'll see you next time.